Hello there. Everyone, welcome to my channel Exploring Africa View. We bring you educative content about Africa, culture, politics, and histories. Today we will be talking about the 10 worst African dictators. Please do well to like and subscribe for more amazing videos, thanks. Let's get right into it. Many countries in Africa have been privy to the many different forms of government ranging from one end of the spectrum to the other, due to the high level of colonialism from different European countries. Some of these worst African dictators got their powers with the aid of a coup d'état, and some given by their own people politically. Dictatorship is one of the many forms that is even to this day still prevalent on the continent of Africa. Many African leaders take political office as a democratic leader, but oftentimes, the hunger for power drives them to become dictators. Here is a list of the 10 worst dictators in Africa. 1. Idi Amin Dada. On January 25, 1971, Idi Amin Dada overthrew Prime Minister Milton Obote, whom he served as commander of the army. Amin served as the president and military officer of Uganda from 1971 to 1979. From the exact moment he took power, his words to his people were that he would serve as caretaker until new elections took place. He also assured the release of all political prisoners. He went against his words, announcing himself as president in February. Just a month after his coup, he expelled all Asian business investors from Uganda, devastating the country's economy. Throughout his rule, it is estimated that 100,000 to 500,000 people fell victim to his administration. His victims most notoriously include former Prime Minister Janay Loam, journalists, lawyers, members of his own cabinet, and many other prominent members in the society. It is said that the bodies of his victims were dumped in the Nile River. Amin's rule in Uganda was marked by extreme violence, oppression, and human rights abuses. His reign of terror came to an end in 1979. He was overthrown by Uganda's rebels and Tanzania army, liberating the country from his oppressive rule. 2. Hissène Habre. He ruled Chad as president from 1982 until 1990. His ascension to power was aided largely by France. Under his rule, there were severe reports of human rights abuse. Habre created a secret police force for his political mishaps, aiming to hurt his victims, which were mainly political opponents and citizens who stood up to his oppressive rule. His regime was marked with high level of violence, political repression. In May 2016, he was convicted of his crimes against humanity. He was sentenced to life imprisonment. 3. Mobutu Sese Seko. He served as president of the Democratic Republic of the Congo from 1965 to 1997 after seizing power in a coup. Mobutu, while in office, tried to boost economic growth by nationalizing the Katanga copper mines and trying to attract foreign investors. He changed the name of the country to the Republic of Zaire. However, no economic growth occurred. Instead, the country suffered from hyperinflation, increasing debt, and extreme currency devaluations. While the citizens were suffering, he built an enormous amount of wealth for over 3 decades. His regime was characterized by repression, human rights abuses, and the suppression of political opposition. In May 1997, he was ousted by rebel forces. He passed away 3 months from prostate cancer in Morocco. 4. General Sani Abacha. A Nigeria army general, Sani Abacha served as de facto president of Nigeria from 1993 to 1998. He seized power in 1993 when he overthrew the government of Chief Ernest Shonekan. Through a decree, he gave himself absolute power. However, at the time of his rule, Abacha increased Nigeria's foreign exchange, reduced the national debt, and reduced inflation rate. However, his government was accused of violating human rights. Massive looting of public funds to offshore accounts across Europe countries, funds which are still been recovered and sent back to the country. Abacha was ranked as the 4th most corrupt world leader in history 2004. He passed away from undisclosed cause in 1997, bringing an end to his oppressive rule. 5. Robert Mugabe. A man known for his sometimes very controversial comments, has served as the president of the Republic of Zimbabwe since 1987. In 1987, Mugabe was appointed president of Zimbabwe after the constitution was amended. During the 1990s, the economy was suffering from inflation, but government officials were raising their salary income. Despite growing opposition among the people, increasing debts and a fall in the standards of living of Zimbabweans. Mugabe won elections in 2002. In 2005 it is alleged that he won the re-election with the help of corruption and violence. In March 2008 re-elections Mugabe refused to give up his presidential position, which led to violence outbreaks. Again he won in the 2013 elections. Throughout Mugabe's rule anyone who opposes him has been subjected to intimidation, arrests and persecution. 6. Francisco Macias Nguema. He was sworn in as the first president of Equatorial Guinea on October 12, 1968. He served in this position until his administration was overthrown by a military coup in 1979 by his nephew Teodoro Obiang. After gaining office, he instituted the death penalty as punishment for those who threaten the president or the government. He appointed himself titles such as the Unique Miracle and Grand Master of Education, Science, and Culture. Nguema ordered the death of those who wore spectacles, so much so that at the end of his rule almost all of the educated class had either been executed or forced into exile. Macias was known to be very repressive and ruthless. He plundered the country's resources by stealing money from the country's banking system. 7. Omar al-Bashir. He became the self-appointed president of Sudan on October 16, 1993 after disposing the elected government in a coup d'état. He immediately dismantled all political parties and instituted the Islamic legal code. He was however been re-elected as the president of Sudan 3 times, each time with allegations of corruption, fraud and intimidation marring the elections. In March 2009, a warrant for his arrest was issued on charges of murder, extermination, and intentionally attacking civilians. He has never been arrested for the charges. 8. Jean Bedel Bokassa. His rule began on the 1st of January 1966. Bokassa served the Central Africa Republic for 11 years as president and 3 years as self-proclaimed emperor. Bokassa erected himself as an emperor through a coronation ceremony held on December of 1977. The ceremony was estimated to cost his country roughly $20 million, about 1/3 of the country's annual budget. He was notably flamboyant, egotistical. His leadership was marked with widespread and torture of dissenters. 9. Charles Taylor. He became the 22nd president of Liberia on August 2, 1997 and served until August 11, 2003. Before his presidency, Taylor was accused of embezzlement. He escaped to the United States, but was caught and jailed. He somehow escaped from jail and returned to Africa. On August 11, 2003 he resigned after being pressured by the U.S. government. In 2012, after years of trial, Taylor was convicted of 11 charges. These charges include acts of terrorism, murders, slavery and enlisting child soldiers. 10. Sékou Touré. He became the first president of Guinea in 1958 and served until 1984, similarly to other dictators. After his election he made his party the only legal party in the state. Touré's aim was to make Guinea a socialist country, and those who were in opposition of this were persecuted or exiled. An estimated number of 10,000 to 50,000 people were believed to have been killed under Touré's rule.